Did you vote? If you're an international student in America, you've probably heard that question a dozen times this month. And maybe you thought, vote for what? President? But we just had a presidential election last year. Welcome to American democracy, where there's always an election happening somewhere. I'm PJ, and today we're breaking down the American election system. Because if you're confused about who votes for what, when, and why, you're not alone. Meet Yuki, a student from Japan who just got a letter about a special election. She has no idea what that means. And Emma, her roommate who's studying political science, she's about to explain why Americans vote for everything, from president to dog catcher. Yes, that's a real thing. This is the conversation every international student needs to have. Because American elections, they're nothing like elections in other countries. Let's listen in.
Emma, I got this letter. What is it?
Oh, that's about the special election.
Special election.
Yeah, it's next week. Are you registered to vote?
No, I'm not a citizen. I can't vote.
Oh, right. Sorry, I forgot. You're on a student visa.
But Emma, I'm confused. Didn't we just have an election?
Last year? The presidential election?
Yes, Trump won. So why is there another election now?
Oh, this isn't for president. This is a local election.
Local?
Yeah, for our city. We're voting for city council.
City council?
The people who make decisions for our city, like roads, parks, local laws.
You vote for that?
We vote for everything. That's the American way.
In Japan, we only vote for big elections, national elections.
Really? You don't vote for your mayor?
No, the government appoints mayors.
Wow, in America, we elect mayors and governors and judges and school board members.
School board?
The people who control schools. What teachers teach. What books students read.
That's so many elections.
I know. Sometimes I vote 3 or 4 times a year.
That's crazy. How do you remember?
Honestly, sometimes I forget. I'll get a reminder like, hey, there's an election tomorrow. And I'm like, again?
So Americans are always voting?
Pretty much. Want me to explain the system?
Yes, please. I'm so confused.
Okay, grab some tea. This might take a while. So, American government has different levels, like layers.
Layers?
Yeah, let me draw it. At the top, you have the federal government. That's the president, Congress, all the national stuff.
Okay, I understand that.
Below that, you have state government. Every state has its own government, with a governor.
Governor is like president of the state.
Exactly. The governor is the leader of the state. Like, California has a governor. Texas has a governor.
And people vote for governor?
Yes, every 4 years, but not at the same time as the president.
Why not?
To spread out elections, I guess. So we're always voting for something.
That's exhausting.
It is. Okay, below state, you have county.
County?
A county is a region inside a state, like Los Angeles County, Cook County. Each county has its own government, too.
And you vote for county government?
Yep, we vote for county commissioners, county judges, sheriffs.
Sheriffs? Like in Western movies?
Yes, but modern sheriffs. They run the police department for the county.
And people vote for the police chief?
In some places, yes. Wild, right?
Very wild.
Then below county, you have city or township.
What's a township?
It's like a small town. Very local government. Some places call it a city. Some call it a township. Same idea.
And you vote for city leaders?
Yes, we vote for the mayor, city council, sometimes the city treasurer.
This is so much.
I know. And every level has different elections on different years.
How does anyone keep track?
Good question. A lot of people don't. That's why voter turnout is low for local elections.
Turnout.
How many people actually vote? For president, maybe 60% of people vote. For city council, maybe 20%.
Why so low?
Because people don't pay attention to local elections. They think president is more important.
Is it?
Actually, no. Local government affects your daily life more. They control your roads, your schools, your trash collection.
So local is more important?
In some ways, yes. But people get excited about president and ignore the local stuff.
That's strange.
Very strange. But that's how it is.
Okay, so different levels of government. I understand. But you said special election. What's that?
Good question. There are different types of elections.
Types?
Yeah. First, you have primary elections.
Primary?
That's when political parties choose their candidate. Like, the Democratic Party has 5 people who want to run for governor. Democrats vote for which one they like best.
So primary is like a competition inside the party?
Exactly. The winner of the primary gets to run in the general election.
What's general election?
That's the main election. That's when everyone votes. Democrats, Republicans, Independents, everyone.
So primary is just for party members?
In most states, yes. Some states let anyone vote in primaries. But most states say you have to be registered with that party.
Registered?
Yeah, when you register to vote, you choose a party. Or you can choose no party.
And if you choose no party, you can't vote in primaries.
Right. Well, depends on the state. It's complicated.
Everything is complicated.
Welcome to American politics.
Okay, so primary, then general. What about special election?
Special elections happen when someone leaves office early.
Leaves? Like quits?
Yeah, or dies, or gets removed. Then they have a special election to replace that person.
Can't they just appoint someone?
Sometimes they do, temporarily. But then they have to hold an election.
Why?
Because Americans believe in voting for everything. Democracy.
Very American.
Very American. Oh, and there's also midterm elections.
Midterm?
That's halfway through the president's term. We don't vote for president, but we vote for Congress.
Why?
Because Congress members serve different terms than president. Some serve 2 years. Some serve 6 years.
That's so confusing.
It is. But the idea is that not everyone gets elected at the same time. So government is always balanced.
Is it balanced?
That's debatable. But that's the theory.
So when is the next presidential election?
2028. 3 years from now.
But there are elections before then.
Oh yeah, next year 2026 is midterm. We'll vote for Congress, governors, state representatives.
So many elections.
That's democracy, baby.
Can you explain the federal government? Like Congress?
Sure. Congress has 2 parts, the Senate and the House of Representatives.
What's the difference?
The Senate has 2 senators from each state. So California has 2. Wyoming has 2. Equal representation.
Even though California is much bigger.
Yep, that's the point. Small states wanted equal power.
Interesting.
Senators serve 6 years. And we don't vote for all of them at once. Every 2 years, we vote for 1/3 of the Senate.
Why?
So there's always some experienced people in the Senate. Not everyone is new at the same time.
That makes sense.
A House of Representatives is different. The number depends on population. California has like 50 representatives. Wyoming has 1.
Because California has more people.
Exactly. Representatives serve 2 years. So every 2 years, we vote for all of them.
All of them? At once?
Yep, that's a lot of elections.
What about the president?
President serves 4 years and can only serve 2 terms. So 8 years maximum.
Why maximum?
Because America doesn't want one person to have power forever. We learned that from having a king.
No more kings.
No more kings. But Yuki, here's the confusing part. Americans don't vote directly for president.
What? But you just said...
We vote, but we're really voting for electors. They're called the Electoral College.
Electoral College.
It's a group of people who officially elect the president. Each state has a certain number of electors.
So we vote for the electors, and they vote for president.
Exactly. It's weird.
Why do it that way?
Honestly, it's an old system. A lot of people want to change it, but changing it is really hard.
Does every country vote like this?
No, most countries vote directly for their leader. America is unusual.
America is unusual in many ways.
True, very true.
What about vice president?
Vice president runs with the president. Like a team. You can't vote for president and a different vice president.
They're a package.
Exactly. A package deal.
What does vice president do?
Honestly, not much. They wait in case the president dies or can't do the job, and they break tie votes in the Senate.
That's it?
Pretty much. It's kind of a boring job, unless something goes wrong.
Boring, but important.
Exactly.
This is so much information.
I know. And I didn't even talk about judges, school boards, ballot measures.
Ballot measures.
That's when we vote directly on laws, like, should marijuana be legal? And everyone votes yes or no.
You vote on laws too?
In some states, yes. California does it a lot.
Americans vote on everything.
We really do.
Okay, take a breath. If that felt overwhelming, it's because it is overwhelming. Even Americans get confused by their own election system. Let's break down the English you just heard. Essential phrases for talking about elections. Are you registered to vote? That's how Americans ask if you can vote. I'm voting in the primary means you're choosing your party's candidate. There's a special election means they're filling a position that opened up early. Turnout was low means not many people voted. Important vocabulary. Governor, the leader of a state. California's governor is. Mayor, the leader of a city. Our mayor is running for re-election. Senator, a member of the Senate. 2 senators per state. Representative, a member of the House. My representative is. Primary, the election within a party. The primary is in March. General election, the main election. The general election is in November. Special election, an election to fill an empty position. They called a special election. Notice how Emma used comparisons to help Yuki understand? Governor is like president of the state. That's a great teaching technique. When you're explaining something complex, compare it to something familiar. Also notice, Emma admitted when things were confusing. She said, "It's complicated." She said, "It's weird." That's honest. You don't have to pretend the American system makes perfect sense. It doesn't. Cultural context. Americans are proud of voting. It's part of national identity. But voter turnout is actually pretty low compared to other democracies, especially for local elections. Why? Because the system is complicated. Because there are so many elections. Because people get tired of voting all the time. Here's something important. If you're an international student, you can't vote. Only citizens can vote. But you should still understand the system. Because it affects you. Local elections determine your bus routes, your rent control laws, your college funding, your homework. Learn to say, "I'm not registered to vote yet." Practice. The governor and the mayor are different positions. And primary elections happen before general elections. These phrases help you sound informed, even if you can't vote. One more thing. Notice how the American system spreads out power: federal, state, county, city, Senate, House, President. The idea is that no one person has too much power. It's complicated by design. Some people think this is brilliant. Others think it's inefficient. But that's American democracy. Messy, complicated, and always voting for something. If you want to understand American culture, understanding the election system is crucial. Because Americans talk about politics constantly, especially during election years, which, as Yuki learned, is basically every year. If you want more real-world English, conversations that help you understand American life, hit subscribe. We'll keep breaking down the topics that confuse everyone. I'm PJ, and until next time, keep practicing.